Hey everybody, it's Tracy here, and so I want to share with you the beginnings of what I have for the January Junk Journal Challenge from Dear Julie Julie. This will probably, I don't know, it's going to be my fourth junk journal. And the junk journal challenge is called Just Junk Journal. In other words, you cannot purchase anything for this challenge except for she did say we could get our binding strings and needles if we didn't have anything. And I'm sure my husband thinks I'm crazy because I've been digging through the trash the last couple days. But that's what it is. It's literally only stuff that you would throw away that's, broken or torn, whatnot. Anything that is junk. So the tools that we're allowed to use, she said we can use an iron, a sewing machine with 2 colors of thread. So like your top thread could be blue and your bottom thread could be green. You can use a cutter, like a straight edge cutter. And if it comes with, I don't know if you can see that, perforated blade, that's okay. So I got 2 blades right there. So that's one of my tools. You can use a pair of scissors, whether it's a regular straight edge pair of scissors, or in my case, I'm deciding on either those that I've got in a bag of crafty stuff at the Goodwill, or my pinking shears. However, on your scissors, whatever pair you use, whether it's your pinking shears or your crafty or your straight edge, you have to use only that one kind through the entire book. You can't go straight edge and pinking shears. You can use a punch of your choice. So you can use your Crop-A-Dile, or she said you could use like a 3-hole punch or a paper punch. Now here's where I'm stuck, because she said a punch of our choice, but it's only one punch. And I have these punches here, and I'm pretty sure I could technically get away with using just like this, and it has 3 different designs on it, but it's one punch. So I'm kind of stuck on which one I'm going to use out of my punches, but I'm going to use one. I'm not going to use my Crop-A-Dile this time. And then there's this one. Now this one is blacked out right there because that part of the punch quit working. So those are my punches that I'm deciding on what I'm going to use. She said we could use a stapler with colored staples. And I'm thinking, instead of a regular stapler, I'm sure she's already okayed it, because on her live video, she said any kind of stapler. When I was digging through my craft room for junk, I found this bad boy. I haven't used it in forever. And I'm sure some of you've got these. I had a bigger one. I think I still have it. And then this small one. And she said we could use colored staples, excuse me. So I've got all of those. So I think I'm going to use that for my stapler. Then she said we could use any glue or adhesive except for no washi tape. I'm not sure if duct tape is approved, but I'm going to ask her on that. I mean, I have duct tape, but it's not like I have to have it. Today she approved acrylic paint, one acrylic paint, and she said white. So that's good, because we're not allowed to use any scrapbook paper at all. It has to be just straight junk. We can use copy paper that has say you go to print something out and it printed wrong or whatnot. She said you could use that. I may or may not use that. I don't think I'm going to, but so there's that. Then for our binding, we can use 4 clips, binder clips, and a poker, binding string, and we can use that binding string throughout the entire book besides just binding. So for embroidering or whatnot, chain stitching. We're also allowed to use one writing pen, whether it's a blue Sharpie or just a ballpoint pen, but she said we could also use a multicolor pen. You remember when we were kids and we had those pens that had 4, 5 colors on it, red, green, blue, black? We're allowed to use those. So I gotta find mine because I know I got one. And if I use a pen. And then we're also allowed to use 6 other elements from our stash. So like we can use 6 paper clips, we can use 6 eyelets, we can use bulb pins, buttons, or wire, and we can use up to 36 inches of wire. So we could use like 4 buttons and 2 eyelets, blah, blah, blah. But it can only be 6 of those elements there. This video was only going to be showing you what junk I've gathered so far, but then I thought, nah, we'll just go with it. And then she said we could use makeup sponges that are going to be tossed or whatnot. So I got my 2 makeup sponges. I'll probably only need 1 really, but I'm going to use those for my acrylic paint, which since I can't use scrapbook paper, that's going to be, like, I'm going to use the paint to make a writing space on my pages. We're allowed to use junk mail, like Joann's expired flyers. So there's that. I'm going to use that. I also have this here. I don't know how I'm going to use it, but it's plastic packaging from, obviously you can see, 35 pack of drinking water. So I might use that. I don't even know how I'm going to do my cover yet. We're allowed to use 1 piece of clothing that we were going to get rid of, toss or whatever. And so I'm super stoked because I have this sports bra. You can see it's falling apart right there. But there's elastic there. We can use every little element off of this. So there's the elastic there. There's this cloth here, which is actually 2 pieces of cloth. On the back is this little netting. And then I thought I could take it apart and use these rings and these here. And then these are elastic. And I thought maybe I could hang something off of that out of my book. So there's my 1 piece of clothing. One other gal, she's using jeans on the outside of her cover, and it looks amazing because she's got pockets. Plus, she's still got the rest of the jeans, the zippers, the buttons, everything. I got some toilet paper rolls. So I thought those might make good tuck spots. I also have 1 paper towel roll there. And not this container, but I have these pull tabs that I had saved forever ago to make jewelry, and I never did it. So I thought maybe I could hang those off of the book somehow with the binding or that sports bra straps. I have this box, which this will probably be my cover. I'm not really sure. The sparkling water. And I have a saltine box. You can see it's all Winco stuff. You know, I work at Winco, so I have, she said we could use 1 magazine. So I have this magazine here. I'm not sure what all good is in there, but I'm going to use that. And she said we could use, so this is an envelope. My husband tossed and I saved it. It didn't get ruined. So there's that. She said we could use 1 calendar. And I saved this calendar, obviously you can see 2017, because I thought the pages in it were just, the pictures were so cool. So there's December. So look at Live Wild and Free. This is a Dollar Tree calendar. So anyway, so there's that. And then the calendar came with this, you know, the piece of cardboard to keep it flat in there. I have a Kleenex box with that. I thought might make a little tuck window or something. And then my Cuddle Bug, I needed the B plates for it, but I couldn't find them. But I found this at Joann's a couple weeks ago. This is the box for it. And it's nice thick cardboard. So there's that. And let's see. Tonight, this was dinner. So I have that. I got this, hold on. I'm trying to be a good girl and pack lunches for work, and I'm tired of buying plasticware all the time. So at work we have these little things. There's like actually a set of blue too. There's fork and a spoon. So I kept the packaging for that. Part of the packaging from my cookies, chipboard there. Then, so December we had the Christmas junk journal challenge. And I got a book at the Dollar Tree, and I used the cover of it, the hardcover of it, but I didn't use the actual jacket. So I have that. And then I have the pages, which I thought I was going to use and I didn't. So there's that. And I probably will coffee dye some of those. Look at that junk. All right. And then my last little bit of stuff that I've found so far. Gosh, I say a lot. I have this box, this big thick box. This coffee grinder was only $1 at my work, and I got it to hopefully grind some almond flour out of the bulk bins. I saw Julie had this. I might use that. Funny enough, we both use the same soap. And then I have the packaging from the cookies. I don't know. We'll make them work. I have a bunch of plastic bags. And this here, obviously. So I thought that might make like a cute little tuck spot. I only see one now. But I had 2 business cards for my dentist appointment. So throw those in there somehow. There's some more of the plastic bags. I don't know if I didn't ask her. I'm sure it's probably okay. But I'll ask to make sure. I have receipts. And then there's this that came out of the Dollar Tree book from my Christmas Junk Journal Challenge. And then my last 2 items that I have so far, because I know I'm going to be finding more junk, is from the new box of Kleenex that we're using. And then this is all I could salvage out of the Pop-Tart box because the husband forgot that I was saving junk. Because, I mean, you know, why? And, so I found that in the trash. The other part was covered in coffee, which, hello, coffee dye. Anyways, so there's what I have in my junk for my tools, some of my tools, and my junk for the junk journal, just junk journal challenge. That is a mouthful. And so I want to say thank you to all my new subbies. I'm not sure who you are. If I know who you are, thank you, thank you. And like, comment, subscribe.